Hey, welcome
Hello.
back. Part 2 of Paranormal Activity
Yes.
on BS Movie Reviews.
And we are at the part. Well, basically, we got to explain some of the stuff that happens now because it kind of just that's all it is. We can't really explain these scenes because it's mainly just a systematic thing of the same thing happening over and over, only worse every time.
Yeah. So basically, Mika is provoking this demon in the house.
Yeah.
He's calling it out. He's trying to
Constantly.
get it to. He feels like he's the man of the house and he's going to deal with this problem.
Yeah, and he thinks that he mentions it throughout the movie until it finally happens that he wants to get a Ouija board.
Yeah,
which
he keeps bringing up a Ouija board.
Which we've talked about before because me and Sean played with a Ouija board one day and we apparently are being haunted by a demon. So far nothing that scary has happened besides the one that we were sitting on the couch and something went against the wall outside.
Yeah, like I could have sworn someone was outside. I kept hearing him outside, and then I heard him in the backyard and went and checked it out, but nothing.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking. It's been pretty wild. A lot of stuff.
Although there was footsteps in the snow, eh?
What?
Yeah.
No way!
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's really fucking weird. And okay, I didn't know about that. He just told me.
I do know there are cats going through my yard, but I mean these were footsteps.
So they weren't like cat paws, because that would be a big cat.
Yeah.
No,
it was fucking tiger.
It sounded like if somebody threw Yokozuna at your wall or something. But he's dead, so.
Yeah.
And anyways.
Well, then it'd be like throwing his rotten corpse.
Yeah. Well,
which would be even scarier.
Yeah, it would be because it'd be huge.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Rotting and maggoty.
Yeah.
Probably
took him a while to rot fully, actually, because it was like really big.
Those maggots are just having a heyday with
open up his cup and the maggots are all this fucking big, man.
Those are some scary maggots.
Yuck. But anyways, Kate.
But yeah, so Mika's like always talking about doing this stuff, and Katie's like, no, don't make it mad. I don't want anything to happen. Like, let's not try and make something happen.
And he kind of wants things to happen because he wants to get all the footage, you know.
Yeah. Well, and then there's a part where he tests his what the hell is it called? Is it certain type of recorder that picks up sound that not most human ears pick up? Yeah,
it's like an EPA meter?
Something like that. EP something.
Yeah, EP, I don't know.
EPS?
No, because we're thinking of GPS.
Maybe.
EPE. I don't know.
EPE? No, I don't know.
I can't remember. I've seen it on shows a lot.
Yeah. It's on like Paranormal State and all those kind of movies.
Taps.
That
sucks.
But, so yeah, anyways, he's doing his first test with it, and he's trying to ask the demon questions. He's asking, are you there? What's your name? Can you talk to us in English? Because they caught something on recording, and it wasn't any language they knew.
Yeah.
Definitely wasn't English, and so they didn't really understand what it said.
I'm surprised they didn't mention that it wasn't Armenian, because that's the language Jesus spoke. So you'd think that would be one that they would mention. But,
one of the options.
But no, of course not.
No.
But, yeah, and he, says, would you be happier talking to the Ouija board?
And then there's, well, at first he doesn't hear anything, but when he goes back and checks his recording...
Yeah, that's when he hears it.
He hears a little...
Yeah.
After he asks if he would want to talk to the Ouija board, and he's like, is that you making a sound? Which, honestly, I think was probably just the floor creaking.
Yeah.
Because he was standing in one spot asking a couple questions, and then... I think he asked about the Ouija board and he moved. Yeah. And then I think he just took a step on a creaky board and he caught that and he just thought it was a demon. But I don't know. Who do I know?
Who do I know? And then, well, the next thing I think that kind of happens is they hear a big loud boom and they go and look, and the chandelier in their kitchen is
and the living room
is dangling and swinging. That's what I mean. And then the next night, Katie wakes up. Well, doesn't wake up. She gets out of bed.
Yeah.
And stands in front of the camera for how long was it? Like 2 hours?
Well, she kind of stood there for like a minute or two, kind of like just standing there, and then she kind of turned over and looked at Mika, and then she just stood there and looked at Mika for like it was like 2-3 hours.
It was so weird.
It was till about like 3:30 in the morning, and then she left the room. She just walked out of the room into the dark. And it's like, where is she going? And
that's when Mika kind of wakes up.
Yeah, it was like a minute later, I think. I don't know. They kind of cut off the time. Yeah. You don't know the time gap she was gone.
Yeah, and Mika gets up and he goes outside and she's sitting.
He's looking for her. He checks the spare bedrooms to check if she's lying in a different bed, and then he goes downstairs, checks the kitchen, the living room, and then he realizes the back sliding door is open. So he goes out there to the backyard to look around.
As if that wouldn't just freak the shit
Sorry
out
guys,
of
I
you.
got the hiccups.
Uh-oh. But yeah, as if that wouldn't suck.
Yeah, it'd be like you come downstairs, your girlfriend's missing, the back door's open, you're like, you set the alarm, why it didn't go off.
Yeah, I'd be like, this isn't fucking cool.
But anyway, so he finds her sitting outside in the back deck on a little swing, and he's like trying to talk to her to come inside. It's cold apparently, and she refuses. And
so he goes to get one of their mini. They don't even sleep with normal bed bedding.
Yeah. The funny thing is they make this bed like with a big blanket, like big pillows, and then at night they just take it all off and sleep with like 2 pillows and a sheet.
Yeah.
So what's the point of making all your bed like that? You waste so much time tearing it apart and putting it back on.
No kidding.
What movie is that on?
I don't know.
And then he starts stabbing the pillow because he got a divorce or something. We'll talk about that movie another time.
I have no idea.
But yeah, so he goes back inside to get a blanket because she refuses to come in, and he's like, well, you just want to sit out here in the cold? And she's like, yeah. So he goes inside, and this is where some more activity happens.
Yeah, right. Then they go inside, and the TV in their bedroom turns on by itself, and
yeah, like there's like kind of a big pop sound, and then the TV's on upstairs, and Mika, of course, being Mika, starts freaking out, yelling like, "What the fuck? Who's there?
Yeah,
come out!"
Yeah, and then his girlfriend kind of just looks like she just kind of comes out of her stupor at the door. Yeah. And then is like, come to bed or whatever, and he's just like, dude, like, are you fucked? Like, didn't you just... Yeah. You know?
Well, like, he goes upstairs to check out what's going on up there, and the funny thing is he's walking up the stairs with the camera, and then he gets to the bedroom, and then he, like, pops out with, like, the camera as a gun, hey? Yeah. He's, like, points it to the corner to see if someone's there.
Yeah, he's just...
Like, he's gonna shoot him.
Yeah.
When he's recording them
shooting. I thought maybe you, like, heard something at first.
Oh, yeah.
But I guess probably not. He's probably just looking around like, oh my god, I'll get you.
Yeah.
I'll capture you.
Yeah, that's when he's looking at the TV or whatever, and he's like, what's going on, hey? And he turns around, and his girlfriend's, like, right behind him. He's like, fuck!
Yeah.
Like, and then she's, like, got the light shining in her eye, and she's, like, awake now. She's like, what are you doing? Come back to bed. And he's like... You were the one who was outside freaking out, and she's like, what are you talking about? Come back to bed. Let's go back to sleep. Yeah. And then the next morning they wake up, and he reminds her of it, and she doesn't remember anything of it.
They watch the footage of her just standing there.
And then she starts freaking out, going, where am I going? When she left the room. She's like, where am I going? Oh my god.
Yeah. And then that's when they kind of, okay, what the hell happens after that? Because they have, there's something that he does, right? He goes out, and that's when he gets, I think, the Ouija board.
Yeah, he brings up the Ouija board again.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, promise me you're not going to go out and buy a Ouija board. He said, okay, I promise I won't go buy a Ouija board.
Yeah. So what does he do?
Conversation's over. So, yes, what would you guys do?
Yeah, what would you do? That's exactly kind of like what me and Sean actually went through to get our Ouija board. Only a little different. But
we went to our friends to borrow one.
Yeah, and that's what he does.
Yeah, and of course, the one he borrows is like the freaky ass...
Yeah, it's got the pentagram and
it's like all dark and evil.
I'm sure a bunch of people have seen that one. The one we have is very stock.
Yeah.
But anyway, So, yeah, he brings this satanic fucking Ouija board and the worst one you could probably get.
Mm-hmm.
And he sets it down, and now Katie's fucking freaking right out on him. She's like, you're a fucking asshole. And so they kind of leave, and then, the Ouija board, we watched the footage, and
they were getting ready to go for a party, and Mika's like, we got 10 minutes, let's just check this out real quick, eh? And then she saw it and got all mad, and she comments on how it was the freakiest ass Ouija board she's ever seen.
Yeah.
And then she gets all mad and says, I'm leaving, you're either coming with me or you're not. And then he goes running after, like, oh, calm down. They go to leave at the party, and the tape is just recording the Ouija board, and
we'll get to that right after these messages.
Right after these messages from
well,
our
there are
proud sponsors.
Yeah. If you like pot, smoke it, because it's good for you.
It is.
Bye.
Oh, I was gonna say Ebola Day.